President Cyril Ramaphosa is expected to announce government's response to the deaths of school children from suspected foodborne illness. More than 23 children died in Gauteng alone. Our reporter Veronica Makhoali is with one of the families that were affected in the area of Naledi, Soweto, and she joins us live now. And Veronica, good afternoon to you. The families in Naledi, it is still a very sensitive time for them, even though they have laid their children to rest. Talk to us about how they are reacting to information that's coming from government, suggesting that the president could finally address this matter.
Yeah, certainly, Oli, I can tell you that as the nation awaits President Cyril Ramaphosa's address on essentially government's plan to respond to the tragedy of course, that we've been seeing unfolding across the country in regards to suspected food poisoning that is affecting school children and their deaths. No one really is awaiting his words more anxiously than the families of the more than 20 children, of course, who have passed away in Gauteng alone. In fact, there's been a common sentiment as we as Newzroom has continued to go to communities where these incidents have happened, that has been echoed by families, that have been echoed by communities. And that was that they were watching what was unfolding in Soweto. They were saying that we saw what happened to the children in Naledi. We saw what happened to the children in Soweto. We never thought that it would happen to us. We never thought it would happen to our children. And this has been really the common theme that we've been getting on the ground as we speak to residents and communities. But I am now with Ntate Joseph, who lost his 6-year-old daughter, Monica, following the tragedy that happened here in Naledi. We know, of course, as well, that government has done its investigation and found that there was a pesticide that is linked to the death of these 6 young children. But families are still asking themselves the question of how widespread is this danger and what concrete measures need to be taken to prevent these further tragedies. Ntate Joseph, thank you for your time. As we speak, in fact, Ntate, today, right now, breaking news coming out from Limpopo of 50 children that have been hospitalized in regards to this suspected contaminated snacks. How does that make you feel, Ntate? And I think just going over the weeks where we've been seeing this coming out of South Africa all over.
Hey, ma'am, it's very bad, you know. I cannot even imagine how bad it is. But like I've been mentioning or saying before, that the government can, you know, they must work very, very hard, because this pandemic or whatever you can call it, I don't know how can I put it, but it's really affecting lives, and I don't know till when, because now it has started a year or 2 years back, and people were not even, you know, people were at loggerheads about the whole thing. And now, today, it's happening on a daily basis. Now, I think something must be done, ma'am, definitely, because, and like I mentioned before, that the influx of this unnamed product, Semba chips and everything, that they're coming all over from from overseas, or I don't know where they are manufactured from. Some of them are manufactured here around in our backyard, or whatever we can say. They are the cause of the whole thing, because, you know, like when we grew up, we used to have Simba and Willards, you know, the manufacturers of original Simba chips, and we never witnessed such tragedy like this. And now today, our minds are now, we are so scared even to buy some Simba chips, because we don't know which ones are now good, or even if, you know, the snacks, it's something that's popular in the small children everywhere. Even if when you go to town, you pick 1 or pack or 2 of the snacks. But today they are now becoming deadly, so we don't know exactly what's happening. And it's very bad for the people to lose the children because of the snacks, ma'am. It's very bad. And another thing, like I said, the government mentioned that it was organic or phosphate. Yeah. And I was listening to the minister when he addressed and about this organic and like he said, it's a multi-substances, they form a terrible force or something like that. But I need to know because, all I wanted to know is that how did it come into our children? Because apparently you need to have a license for it, So that is where I'm a bit worried about such substances or the poisonous thing. How did it get into the community? And as long as they haven't found the base or where this thing come from, we are still going to face more deaths in our society, ma'am, because it's now terrible and it's targeting the youngsters, the children, because that is where it's painful, ma'am, definitely. So I'm praying so hard that the SAPS and the government, they must just find solution on this. They must work hard to get to the bottom of this, because definitely if we're going to lose 10 or 15 children every year, it's going to be very, very terrible for us. And where are we heading to as a society, leaving the children dying like this, ma'am? Yeah. So I'm hoping for the best. And I know SAPS are trying so hard also, because like I said, they've been there for us since day one. They've been helping us, going up and down, and that, they are also anxious to go to try to get to solve these cases. But now at one stage it looks like it's very hard, because now it's something that you don't know where it comes from, who's manufactured it, how did it come to the community, how did it come to the children. So I don't know, because they are linking it with one Halipirimi, that's what they're mentioning, but I don't know, ma'am.
And Ndate, I hear you say that you are praying
Yes, ma'am.
very hard for this to come to an end.
Yes, ma'am.
And it is, of course, more difficult because we don't really know where the source of this is coming from. The president is expected to address the nation in regards to the situation. As a father who has lost a 6-year-old and watching other fathers across South Africa now battling the same grief, what would you like to say perhaps to the president? What would you like to hear from him?
Ma'am, as much as I've said, it's affecting everybody. And I think the president also is in a very same situation. It's affecting him as well as the head of the country. But like I said, it needs a common, people that should come together, the bottom to the top, to work towards to get rid of this problem, man, because definitely it's affecting us. And I would like the president, just to come up with something concrete, or something that can, to put more force or anything, just to help to get rid of this thing, man, because now it looks like it's a pandemic to us now, because now everybody is now dying and with a name, with this organic phosphate, because it's affecting everybody. Now tell me, 9 provinces now, it's affecting everyone in 9 provinces, and it's not good, ma'am. To lose one child, it's more than, it's many, ma'am, than losing 70, 80 children in 1 year or in 1 month. It's not right, ma'am. And I'm pleading with the president just to come up with something drastic to end this,
Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, that was, of course, Ndate Joseph. They're speaking about what he's anticipating the president to say, concrete measures to stop this tragedy. Back to you, Oli.